Doon na kayo ha sa tabi.
Fireball Namaste, everyone. As what I've said before the kirtan, um, Bhagavan Das is not around. He's somewhere else. And so I am given this task by Adira Dasi to continue what he's been doing. So for 3 days now, he's um, passing on the teachings of Lord Chaitanya. Before I proceed, let me offer first obeisances to my spiritual master, Srila Prabhupada. Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prastaya Bhutale Srimate Siddhaswarupananda Paramahamsa Ite Namine Bhaja Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasari Gaur Bhakta Vrindam Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Bol Namaste. So just early this morning he left, and actually I forgot that it's his speaking slot. Otherwise I would have told him to stay. But maybe this is an arrangement. Of course, everything is an arrangement of Krishna. Not a blade of grass can move without his approval. So maybe that's the reason why I'm here. So I should treat this as a great opportunity for me to, whatever I have in my heart and in my mind, pass on to others. And you know, this is not, this is a daunting task to really share what you have Bhagavan Das for 2 meetings, for 2 sessions, has been discussing about the teachings of Lord Chaitanya. And as I have reflected this morning when I was given this opportunity, I've decided to share with you my insights about the 2 prayers of Lord Chaitanya, the 6 Shastaka. So while he was still in his mission of spreading the teachings of Lord Krishna, he asked his disciples to make several or as many stories or teachings about Lord Krishna. And as his disciples, they followed, they obeyed him, and they were able to produce countless of voluminous works of Lord of Krishna. And as a great scholar as he is, Lord Chaitanya was able to sum it up, all the glorifications and teachings, into 8 prayers. And they're called 6 Astaka. So let me read to you my first choice of 6 Astaka or prayer to be shared with you this morning. Okay, this one. Glory to the Sri Krishna Sankirtan, which cleanses the heart of all the dust accumulated for years together. Thus the fire of conditional life, of repeated birth and death, is extinguished. This Sankirtan movement is the prime benediction for humanity at large, because it spreads the rays of the benediction moon. It is the life of all transcendental knowledge. It increases the ocean of transcendental bliss, and it helps us to have a taste of the full nectar for which we are always anxious. So it is written here by Lord Chaitanya. This is very true, because in my experience for many years of chanting. Like I started when my body was still 22 years old. I think 22 when I got married with Bhagavan. So since my body was 20, I started already chanting the names of Krishna. And as I've observed, my life has been changed from being a very, very materialistic person. When I was still a student in college, I can remember I did all the activities that are not fit to a student like me, because when you say you're a student, your business is to study. I have one student here, Kisha. So your business is to study. But what I did, especially when I separated myself from this hometown, very simple town, municipality of Kibawe, we were sent to Cebu City to study college, and we stayed in a dormitory with, I think, more or less, it has 300 girls, female dormitorianas. We were housed there by our parents, thinking that it would be very safe for us to stay there. And I studied at San Carlos University. It's just a walking distance from the dormitory to the university. And as I always pass this bookstore, Alamar's, I happened to see a Life Force booklet. I think that those booklets were displayed by Bhagavan because he was the first person to come to Cebu to do the mission. So I was still second year college during the time when I passed there, and I saw this book, You Are Not God, My Friend. So I was so attracted and bought the book, and I was fascinated by the teachings of our dear spiritual master. But during that time, I still didn't know him. So I was just full of praises on his work. Then the next time I came to the bookstore, I saw this nuclear power. And I bought and read again, and find it very, very interesting. And that's it. I just saw. Then I continued my studies, and because of this disobedience to authority during that time, I got kicked out from the dormitory that I stayed. And for me, it was a blessing that I was kicked out, because it is from that condition that I was able to practice spiritual life. So after I was kicked out, I transferred again to another dormitory, which was just in front of the old dormitory. Then again, I was kicked out. That's why I was able to tell myself discipline is really important. But when you talk about this value discipline, it is abstract when you don't know the basic, which is knowing your true identity. So I got kicked out again and transferred again to another dormitory and was kicked out again. So for 3 times in a row, I was like shooed by the management until I was able to transfer or to move to an apartment at the second floor, and that was the apartment where the Chaitanya Mission Center was located. We were living in the second floor of the apartment, and every day we heard these holy names sung by the disciples of Srila Prabhupada and students. So we were curious what this foreign names all about. And as we passed through the facade of the center, the name of the center before was Signs of Identity. And we saw the image of Srila Prabhupada there as the logo of the Signs of Identity. And Bhagavan Das was there chanting. And when we peep at the door, he invited us to visit the center because we're just living at the second floor. So we got the chance also to drop by and listen to his lectures. So during that time, he gave series of lectures in Bhagavad Gita, Srimad Bhagavatam, and social problems. And the first approach that he made was because I think I was drunk during that time. And he offered me a life force booklet. And he said, "You read this." So my false ego was touched that I was given this drug, suicide, and divorce life force. So I was like, I just ignored it. And the next time I passed, he tried to ask, what have I understood from the life force? So we like had a question and answer, or an argument from that life force booklet. So my point is, after some time of enjoying this material world, having a material life, meaning the center is you, your mind, your desires, there'll be no end to that. You'll be very miserable all the time because maybe Bhagavan Das was so compassionate during that time, seeing us very miserable, because he always saw us drink with friends, and there was one time that I vomited in front of the center and he was there. So because of my listening to the teachings of Srila Prabhupada, and of course this is the teaching of Lord Chaitanya, I was able to have a change of life. Okay, from a lover of mammon or lover of matter to the teachings or the Parampara's teachings. Of course, I'm not saying that I'm really doing it perfectly, but I always try myself to do whatever is necessary, because we as spirit souls, we aspire for happiness. And as we always listen to the lecture of Gurudev, we can always hear him say that all of us are seeking for joy, for happiness, and it is only found in the realm of chanting the holy names of Krishna. There's no other way, and there's no other place that we can find this solace, this joy in our heart. It is only through the chanting of the holy names. So in this first prayer, Lord Chaitanya says that it cleanses the heart of all the dust accumulated for years together. So that means we've been here in this world for so long. It is our nth time of existence in this world, in this body. It is our nth time. And the only way that it can be extinguished, meaning the repeated birth and death, can be extinguished by this Sri Krishna Sankirtan only. Okay? The fire of conditional life, of repeated birth and death, is extinguished. And so that's, for in my life, it happened. Because the moment I said, okay, I listen, I'm putting myself as a student of Srila Prabhupada, and instead of going to the university to do my review, that's why until now I haven't finished my study in accountancy. No, I finished that, but I wasn't able to take the exam because it was during the review time for CPA that I met these teachings. So instead of going to the university and listen to the endless lectures of our professors, so I found myself listening to the lectures of Srila Prabhupada through Bhagavandas. So we were many there listening and having kirtan. And it says here, the Sankirtan movement is the prime benediction, meaning the best benediction, the boon, the great fortune that we were able to receive from our Gurudev. This great fortune is priceless, that your life is led towards the real goal in life, the perfection of human existence. Because it spreads the rays of the benediction moon. It is the life of transcendental knowledge. So the Sankirtan movement is the life of transcendental knowledge. What is that knowledge that's been spoken all the time by Srila Prabhupada, by the disciples, the preachers? It is the identity, the science of identity, the knowledge of the understanding of who we really are, our essence, our position, and our function. That is the meaning of transcendental knowledge. This is the basic foundation of spiritual life. When we understand this fully, this essence that we are spirit souls, we are part and parcel of the Supreme Soul, Krishna, that we are His servant, we are dominated in the sense that we are not Lord, we are not Master, but we are His servant. We are bound to serve and love God. So when we say we are bound to serve and love God, it is by engaging ourselves in His mission. Whatever programs, projects our Gurudev has, we have to be involved with it. We sometimes say that we are not capable of doing it because we are just minute and teeny-weeny spark of Krishna. But since it is stated in the scriptures that that is the only way that we can be elevated from this material conditioning, is by engaging ourselves in the mission of Lord Chaitanya, then we have to surrender and do His will through our Gurudev, through Srila Prabhupada. It is not that easy to live material life, especially when you're at the comfort of your parents, of your very good job, of your affluent condition. But we have to make a choice in our life. Seeing those people who already left this planet, they were so immersed in accumulating material things their whole life. I can see it. I don't need to go far. I can see within the family, within our home, how people were so engrossed in accumulating so much material things. And in the end, they just left them behind. They were not even able to bring their degree and their body. So that is a great realization and reflection for all of us. When one leaves this planet, actually, it is also a great boon to be able to realize that their living teaches us a concrete lesson that all of us will be leaving this world. We don't die, but we leave our body. We leave our comfort zone. We leave this earth, this world that we think our home. In my case, I am so fortunate that I have a family that is always reminding me of my position, of my duty. I should say it's my duty, of my work as a disciple of Srila Prabhupada. The moment you wake up, you can hear Gaur playing his chanting. In the materialistic point of view, it is a pity condition where he is in, but it is just a temporary condition of Gaur Haridas that he is in a special body. But if you're going to really see the context of spirituality, he is in the best position because he is only capable of listening, hearing the holy names of Krishna. And for me, it is a very great fortune that you only have that kind of activity in your life. So meaning, Krishna has arranged it that that's your only life, to hear and chant, because he's also chanting, like when before he eats his food, I can hear him like recognizing or acknowledging. He offers first. He says, Namaam Vishnupadaya, Krishna Prastaya, Bhutale, Srimate Siddhaswarupananda, Paramahamsa, Tinamini. But when he's desired to really eat the food, then we have to tell Baba, not yet, Bhajashri, then Hare Krishna. So he finishes the whole prayer and he offers it to Lord Chaitanya, the food, and he's partaking the prasadam. So his life is very simple. And my two sons also, Murali Manohar and Shyamasundar Das, they're also, what's this? Also a reminder to us about this world, the reality that they're not yours. I have 3 sons, but I only have 1 physically. That's only Gaur. And the 2 are not with me, although we keep calling, we keep communicating with each other. But I'm very happy that Morley is strictly following the sadhana bhakti and even following the teachings of Srila Prabhupada. And so with Shama, in his great effort to finish his school, until now he's still studying. It's unbelievable. At the age of 30, he's still studying. But they have this heart, in their heart, the goal of serving Srila Prabhupada. So, if you're trying to see our life compared to the life of an ordinary person, there's no difference at all. They aspire things, we also aspire things, but the bottom line is, whom are you doing that for? That makes the difference. Who are you doing your struggle? Whom are you doing that for? And of course, we know the answer. It is for the glory of Lord Chaitanya, the glory of Krishna. Okay? So, and another thing that I'd like to share with you is the second prayer of Lord Chaitanya. And it goes like this: O my Lord, your holy name alone can render all benediction upon the living beings. And therefore, you have hundreds and millions of names like Krishna, Govinda, etc. In these transcendental names, you have invested all your transcendental energies, and there is no hard and fast rule for chanting these holy names. O my Lord, you have so kindly made approach to you easy by your holy names. But unfortunate as I am, I have no attraction for them. So Lord Chaitanya tells us here that this in this holy name, the benediction for the living beings are there. The benediction is there. And Lord Krishna, God has so many names, just like an ordinary person like us. He has countless of names like Krishna, Govinda, Allah, Jehovah, Yahweh. All the transcendental energies are invested there. And there's even no hard and fast rules in chanting these holy names. You may be sitting, lying. There's no place. So as I was hearing the lecture of Srila Prabhupada in the, the appearance day of Lord Chaitanya, he was saying, if it is in that mosque, the temple, it's in the beach, the bar, that the holy names are spoken, then that's our life. So it's not the place. It's at the temple. It's at the church. It's not at Madana Mohana Academy. It's wherever. For as long as the holy names are chanted, then that's life for the devotees of Krishna. That's Srila Prabhupada speaking directly. But that is a sensitive statement because we might say, okay, we can go there and do this. We have to ask also ourselves, are we that strong to influence the people in that particular place? If we go there, can we influence them? So if the answer is not, then we better stay safe. Just like in this COVID time, we better stay safe at home. We might get infected by the virus. So same thing. You have to be very careful in choosing the place where you should be. Whether that place can help you practice your spiritual life, then we should all be there. So here at Madana, we're trying very hard to set up an environment that people can conducively and can comfortably practice spiritual life. We're not saying this is a perfect place, because if it is, then all the devotees that came here would have not left. So I'm saying maybe there are some things that are missing or we don't know, but we are always trying. We're always trying our very best that we can practice. We can congregate the chanting the holy names of Krishna, and we can at least pass it on with others. So it's stated here that we are always anxious of nectar. Nectar. So meaning, we don't say, I'm not anxious. I'm not that. That's them. No, we have to accept, because Lord Chaitanya has spoken this directly. We are always anxious for something. So that means we're longing for something within. But we just don't know where can we find that. And for sure, because it's stated in these scriptures that we are longing for love for Krishna. So Lord Chaitanya and his disciples and the parampara until now, we've been doing that, and there's no way that it can be stopped. So we as warriors of the holy names of Krishna must continue to spread that glories. So I hope I was able to share with you this in this opportunity that I was given, that we should cling to the service of Krishna by giving the holy names to other people, to other living entities. And we start that here. Now that there's COVID and there's not many people in the school, because students are being advised not to stay out. So we find a way that we can still propagate the holy names. So you were given this opportunity to give prasadam plus Sankirtan movement. So we always pray that in a way we can please our Gurudev in his mission in propagating the holy names of Lord Chaitanya, of Lord Nitagore, and Krishna. Haribol Namaste. So please join us again in our conclusive kirtan with the teachers and with the in-house people, the devotees of Srila Prabhupada. Haribol Namaste. Come on, let's join us. You can stand or you can sit. Haribol. So I'm happy that our teachers are here. Not all, but Haribol. Now I'm very happy you're here. Okay. So these are, if you can see the very nice people in front of me. They're the new set of teachers of Madana Mohana Academy, and they're now equipped and ready to face the battle of academic and spiritual life. Okay? Zoom out. Zoom in. Namaong Vishnu Padaya, Krishna Prasaya Bhutale, Srimati Siddhaswarupananda, Paramahamsa Ite Namine. Namaong Vishnu Padaya, Krishna Prasaya Bhutale, Srimati Siddhaswarupananda, Paramahamsa Ite Namine. Jaya Jaya Gurudev, Jaya Jaya Gauranga, Jaya Jaya Gurudev, Jaya Jaya Gauranga, Jaya Jaya Gurudev, Gauranga, Jaya Jaya Gauranga, Gurudev, Jaya Jaya Gurudev, Jaya Jaya Gauranga. Bhaja Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Prabhu Nityananda, Shri Advaita Gadadhara, Shri Vasari Gaur Bhakta Vrinda. Bhaja Shri Krishna